Greetings, everyone. Greetings. How everybody doing tonight? I just want to drop some stuff in before you guys settle down and get comfy in your bed. As you can see, the topic is what happened to the family. And I say that to the black family because the black family is in disarray. It's not organized. It's not how Big Mama and your grandfather set standards and uh, the foundation to uh, to go how to be a family. So you got some family members uh, they want to be with certain people in the family, like little cliques. You got some family just want to be comfortable in their own little clique. They don't want to let other family members in because um, if you didn't grow up with them or you didn't have a communication with them, it's going to be even tension sometimes. And sometimes, you look at TV, like for example, you had the Cosby Show, you got the Waltons, you got all these shows that's dealing with family, and you see how they are tight, how they are coming together, and if they have a problem with each other, it would come and talk about it. But today's family is more of destroying each other, backbiting, the more want to fight the family member because the family member put somebody business out there, or the family member um, says something about the child, or just dumb stuff. But at the same time, what is wrong with the black family? We quick to criticize, we quick to um, bash each other, but we never show love, we never show compassion, we never show understanding. But we quick to bash somebody or talk about somebody because, say, for example, Mary Sue got put out, and Mary Sue needed a place to stay with her and her kids. So why is it that you know you can stay with me, but you can't do this, you can't do that? But if you're not gonna welcome me in your home and let my casa be your casa, why the purpose you bring me in just to talk about me? Sometimes we have to understand that when people do things, we got to look at their motives. We can't just say, yeah, this is my first cousin, this is my second cousin. You know, uh, I'm staying with them, they helping me, so I can bounce back on my feet. But the whole time, come to find out that the person that let you in their house been talking about you the whole time. You eating up my food. You sleeping on my couch too long. I ain't never had nobody sleep on my couch. You can't do this. You can't wash your clothes. You gotta go somewhere else and wash your clothes. So I'd rather go stay in the streets than have all these restrictions because right now you feel like you got the upper hand on me. Now you're gonna use the upper hand, telling me I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. But what's the purpose of you having me in your house if because when if somebody falls, because everybody falls, it don't care if a man falls 7 times, you still pick that person up. But the thing about it is, we as black people, and don't get me wrong, I'm not coming here bashing nobody, but it's just that family's not close no more like it used to be. Family is just had the upper hand on somebody they can talk about and dog them out. But to me, is that sometimes you have to understand what people's motives be. They can be good and they can be bad. So they make you feel uncomfortable when you're living with them. So they pretty much tell you, this is my house, I can do whatever I want. No, if I'm down, then help me. Don't talk about me. Don't bash me. Don't try to belittle me. Help me out. Don't say that, yeah, I'm here to help you, but your whole time you put a knife in my back. So how can you say you love me, you invite me in your home, but you'll treat a stranger better than you'll treat me? And we got the same blood flowing through us. So the little cliques that family have, you got family members that live in the same area code, not even 20 minutes, 30 minutes away. But yet Don't nobody want to reach out to nobody. Don't nobody want to do this. Why? Because of your parents. Because let me say this. Sometimes you got parents tell their kids that they better than their cousins. They'll tell them you got more than them. You doing better than them. You don't need them. They ain't gonna do them a leech on you, especially if you got the black sheep of the family. The black sheep of the family is the worst one to get treated real bad. I mean, he get treated bad to a point to where that the whole family just thinks he's bad. But my whole thing is that I'm to a point in my life. I don't care what nobody think about me, because at the end of the day, you're gonna die just like me, and you're gonna rot like me in that grave. So at the end of the day, I don't care how you thinking, because that don't make you better than me. Because why? Because you got a bigger house, you got a bigger bank account, driving a nice car. That stuff can fade just like us when we die. And the thing about it is, we look at that stuff as coming up, or we look at that stuff as we doing good in life. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean you're doing good in life. They just telling you that you are progress in other people in the world eyes, that you made it, you're very successful. To me, making it is when you know God, when you're trying to live by God's word, you're trying to do right what He tell you to do. And I don't care about being the black sheep of the family, because the black sheep is the one that's going to tell you about yourself. You know, you got people just trying to think they're on a high horse. You can do all this and do all that, but you're going to die just like me. So this is why I say that family of today don't have no values. They might got values among themselves, but they don't have no values for the other family members. So, sometimes family member can be your worst enemy. I'd rather play with a rattlesnake than deal with some of my family members. And I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And I tell them in a minute that I'm okay if I don't never see my family member. Because you know why? Because sometimes family can laugh in your face, ha 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 ha, tell you, yeah, I love you, but the whole time they hate you, they despise you, and they hate everything you do, because they hate to see you, the person that was the black sheep, they hate to see the black sheep progressing, because now you're not the focus of their conversation anymore. Johnny got locked up. So Johnny comes home, and Johnny trying to do the right thing, trying to find his way, trying to find the foundation. But you got family members, man, that are no good, man. You got family members that would just talk about their Johnny, and Johnny just trying to do right by himself. Sometimes you got people who just look at them as like, man, that nigga a bum, but never ask him what he got going on. So this is why I'm telling you, family, you can't depend on family no more these days, because they ones gonna hurt you. I'd rather, like I say, I'd rather deal with a bunch of rattlesnakes than deal with some of my family members. Not that I hate anybody in my family. It's just sometimes family is just the worst. When you come around, you can feel the tension, you can feel the vibe is off. You can feel that something just not right. Or when you walk up on a conversation, the conversation switch. But let me tell you something about family. Family can be good, and sometimes family can be bad. Now, that doesn't make everybody in family bad, but at the same time, you got those bad ones will infiltrate the good ones, and have the good ones that you was cool with put something negative in their head, and they just working, because what they did, they threw the seed, and now they're gonna water the seed. Because sometimes you have to understand, family members just don't want you outdoing them. Some family members will look at their ego, look at what they got, and that stuff don't mean nothing. If you're not happy with yourself, then you just don't have nothing. Because you can have the money, the fast cars and houses, but if you're not happy with you never gonna have peace in your life. Never. Because at the end of the day, your peace gonna always be disturbed, because you're not happy with yourself. And God forbid if you go to a family member and talk to a family member what you're going through, and they tell you, yeah, I feel you, cuz, but I love you. You know what I'm saying? If you need me, I'm here. Well, I'm losing everything and I need to stay with you and I need help. Well, cuz, you know what, man? I would, but I ain't got no room. I sleep on the floor. But this is what family does. This is what family is all about. Destroying each other. We quick to talk about each other, but yet we got a log in our eyeball, big as a tree. But we don't look at that. We criticize each other because now we'll come to the point in our life that we're better than that person. And their parents don't help the situation because their parents is the one that groom the kids to think like that. Here it is, you got second generation, third generation, it's not even close. And they live in the same area. And they don't even want to have communication with each other. Hey, you want to come over for Sunday? Bring your family, we can have Sunday dinner. No, what happened to that? What happened to that? Now, only way they invite you over just to see what you're doing with yourself, what you got going on. So when you leave their house, they're gonna be your pillow talk. They're gonna talk about you to a point to where they'll be like, I knew he was gonna be a bum. Ever since I knew him, I knew he's gonna be a bum. But at the same time, just remember, just as well as God gave you something that's not even yours, because everything we have on this earth is borrowed. It don't belong to us at all. Because if it belongs to us, we'll take it with us when we die. You notice the only thing you take is what? Nothing. And nothing leaves nothing. So at the end of the day, family, you know, uh, in the Webster dictionary, say family is coming together, helping, um, celebrating, unity. Not in the Black culture. We're quick to fight somebody in the family. We're quick to shoot somebody in the family. We're quick to knock somebody up the side of the head in the family. But being adults and talk about it. That's why I don't care what family say about me, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm happy where I'm at in my life, because that means God is ordaining my steps as I'm moving. So that means I'm not going to get ahead of what's being said, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure I'm in control of what I'm doing. So, this is why I'm like, I want the best for everybody, family, but family is not to be messed with sometimes. Sometimes you have to distance yourself from family is because the vibe is off. And then when your vibe is off, you're like, man, I really don't want to deal with this. When something is wrong, when you feel uncomfortable around your own family can make you feel uncomfortable. Now that's disturbing, because that just tells me that you know something ain't right. You got that feeling like, man, something just not right. But they would try to make you feel comfortable just to deceive you, thinking that they love you. Because you got to remember, the mouth can tell you anything that you want to hear. The mouth will let you be deceived by the words that's coming out your mouth. I'm telling you, this is family. What's the most thing family do each other when one family member fall? Hey, yeah, John, John, his whole family, he lost his job. His wife ain't working. They got another baby on the way, and they homeless, sleeping in the cars. This is family. But yet, instead of talking about John and his family, but why not bring John in your house, or try to get the rest of the family, gather some coins together and try to put John and his family in a hotel until John or his wife can get back on their feet. This not with family no more. Family is the worst now. I'd rather hang out with a pack of wolves than some of my family members, man, because they are so dangerous, man. And they think that you need them, or that you think that you coming around, you're gonna have your hand out every time that you. No, it's not that. Now I'm the type of person, I don't care, because family, um They got the knife and they got the bullets to shoot you. But at the same time, here's a stranger would come and love you quicker than your own family. And I say that because I experienced it. I can say about my family shady as hell. And they might be on here, they might not, they might hear later on. But my family is shady. And let me tell you, I'm the type of person, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like I say, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't care how you feel. You can take your feelings, put them in your pocket, and walk around with them. Because I'm going to tell you whether you like it or not. But my family is the most shadiest people that I've seen on this planet. And the real ones that passed on, like my grandmother, my grandfather, my uncles, my aunt. Ever since my aunt died, the family has never been the same because she was the glue of this Hunt family. She was. And this family is just falling apart. All they do is criticize each other. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care about no backlash because at the end of the day, um, they're gonna talk regardless. If you're doing good, you're doing bad, they still gonna talk about you. So it really doesn't even matter, you know. But sometimes family, but the person you are, you still gotta show love. You still gotta show passion. You still gotta, even though you know that family member is talking about you, even though you know them people are still treating you wrong, but you still gotta love them in spite of, man. In spite of, you still gotta love these people. You gotta show love because you gotta be the bigger person. You gotta set the example how true love's supposed to be affected. You know, and sometimes parents can be a hindrance too. You know, parents really can be a hindrance in their kids' life because they are teaching their kids their ways. And sometimes when they go down to their kids, they teach their kids of the patterns that their parents have showed them. And I think, it's ignorant sometimes because, you know, I, I try to show love to people. And when I get irritated with you, then that's when um, my tongue becomes a weapon, not to break anybody down or try to discourage anybody, but I'm going to let you know my true feelings because sometimes you have to be upfront, blunt with your family members because sometimes they they are more of try to be compassionate, but at the same time they not listening to nothing you saying. Sometimes you got to be rough with certain family members. Sometimes you just got to say what you got to say and leave it at that because it's not that you're a mean person. It's just that sometimes family members can feel that they can say what they want, but when you say what you gotta say, you the bad person. Oh, I don't want to be around that nigga straight ghetto. I ain't got time for that. That nigga's a hood nigga. I don't want to be around that. Sometimes when you judge people, you miss your blessings because sometimes you don't know the person that you call the black sheep of the family is the one that God can use to get you for your blessing. But how can you get your blessings when your heart is not right? When your heart is not right, you're not going to receive your blessing. And the thing about it is, people and family are the most worth. Sometimes, that's why I'm more an introvert because sometimes just being around people vibe. I don't like being around people vibe that's off because it's enough. I'm dealing with self. I'm dealing with self. I'm dealing with my own demons. And to deal with family members, that's too much for me. That's overwhelming, and I get stressed out, and I don't want to be around you no more. Because I'm going to tell you, look, your vibe is off. Have a good day, and I'm gonna leave your house and probably never call you again. I probably do the routine thing, see you at your funeral, because at the end of the day, that's what family do come together. Oh man, that's your cousin. That's your uncle. I don't care. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be me and you be you. And I'm the black sheep of my family. That's why I don't have no problem telling like a TI is, because I'm going to be respectful. But trust me, you gonna know how I feel because I'm not gonna allow you to try to tear me down to make you look good. That's not gonna happen. That's definitely not gonna happen because you got people who try to do that in families just because they got a wife and wife is got it going on, you got it going on. That doesn't make. But I mean, and before I go any further than that, you're gonna have someone here saying I'm a hater. You sound like you're disgruntled. You sound like an angry old man. No, it's just family. Some family members ain't shit. And I'm just gonna put it plain because they will hurt you quicker than a friend will. This is why I say, man, you gotta be careful who you call family members. Sometimes you look at your family members like, man, I don't even want to be around these people no more. It's not that saying that you're better than that person. It's not saying that you got less than that person. It's just that when you get older, you don't have time for the bullshit. You don't have time for someone telling you, oh man, you not gonna never be nothing in life. Oh man, you's a bum. But at the same time, who are you to judge? Who are you to try to knock me down, to stroke your ego? Who are you? Who said that you was a king and I gotta bow down to you? Because at the end of the day, you can't, for one, you don't know yourself. Two, you don't understand yourself. And three, just because you think you got it going on, you're in the negative as far as with your feelings, with your emotions, and who you are. Family members, man, are the worst, man. And sometimes you have to step back from family members. You love them, you care about them, you don't want anything to happen to them, but sometimes you got to stay away from family members. And sometimes, family members just don't mean you no harm. As me being the black sheep of my family, I take it in stride because I have so much knowledge. I thank God for it. Um, I'm glad I'm an introvert because um, some people just ain't right. They just ain't right, and you don't want to be around them. And to me, um, I love myself. And this is the problem in a lot of families. They stop loving themselves. They rather put up with somebody treating them bad, somebody talking rough at them. They rather deal with this. But yet they look at you as the troublemaker, as the rebel rouser, as the dysfunctional one. That's how they look at you. But yet, this is family. And they come out the same way, same word they tell you, I love you. That's the same one gonna put that knife in your back. It's family. Cause why? Cause jealousy and envy is a powerful thing, man. They not gonna come out and tell you that they don't like you, but their actions, their moves, they tell you that they don't want to be around. Or when you go around them, they acting funny, and you be like, wow. You don't say nothing because you don't want to disturb the the arena that's in the room. So you keep your mouth shut because you know how your mouth is. You know how what you can say to disturb a room. But at the same time, family, man. But you still gotta love them, man. And the thing about it is that when you say you love that family, man, you gotta genuinely mean it, not just to give them lip service. You gotta genuinely mean that thing. I don't hate nobody in my family, but to me, family, hmm, I want to be nice with this. I want to be compassionate to people. So, so I look at it like this: you got to love your family members in spite of, because family, um, One day you might need them, and one day you might not. But at the same time, I thought family's supposed to be there with open arms when you're going through something, not to to just, I'm not letting you in. Nope. That's what I thought family was. I didn't have a family foundation. So I don't know the meaning of a family. Mine's got cracks in it. But at the same time, you have to look at it. Is you gonna let that hold you down? Or you gonna be a big giant and step and handle your business? Because you got family members that want to see you not succeed. You got family members that want to just see you crumbling all the time. Because why? You are the conversation for them. You their conversation, their pillow talk at night. Don't make me your conversation piece. Let's talk about the problems that we got in our household. Let's talk about how you keep cheating on me. Let's talk about you got a drinking problem. Let's talk about how all your friends come over here and play video games. Let's talk about how all your friends come here and smoke weed in our house, then they leave. And now our house smells like a weed factory. So let's talk about that. So sometimes you have to understand that family can love you and at the same time hate you. So I got family living it and right in the area code. I reach out to them. They see you calling. So in other words, if I'm keep reaching out to you and I'm calling you just to see how you doing, and you see me calling, and you see, ain't nobody. Let me put it like this: ain't nobody in this world that busy because everybody on this planet keeps their cell phone beside them. Some people would say, "Oh, I walked away from my phone," or "I just didn't hear my phone ring." So I would reach out to them and no answer, no response, no callback. So that just tell me stop reaching out, stop, trying to be compassionate. That just telling me you don't want to be bothered. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it because that just lets me know that I gotta revent my energy somewhere else. So, you know, what has become of the black family? The black family has gone down so much. And the hurting part is they don't see that they're going down. We sit up here and we backbite each other so quick. We quick to put each other down quickly. We with no compassion. We talk about. It's just how terrible we talk about each other. I don't understand the logic of that. But you say you love me, so why is you hurting me behind my back? Why do I have this knife in my back and it got your fingerprints on it? Why? These are questions you need to ask yourself. And ask yourself before you lay down. Am I a good cousin? I'm a good aunt. I'm a good uncle. You have to ask yourself this because we all we all gonna die. And then we meet our maker because he's gonna ask you, who did you love today? Some people just might be so arrogant and cocky and say, I love myself. Mm. But what do you do when you just try to do right by people and you just wanna do your thing? You just want to do what you want to do and tell people that, hey, I'm me. You're going to love me for me. But why is it that when we say family, we love our family, why they always say hello? I love you. If they just telling me just to stroke my ego, like, oh, wow, my family member love me. I go by actions. You can tell me anything out this mouthpiece because your mouth is like smooth honey. Honey is sweet. So the words that come out your mouth is sweet because it sound good to the ear. But your action don't line up with you're telling me. But yet you my cousin, you my uncle, you my aunt. But yet you're telling me that you love me. Cause that's the kind of love that you disperse, then you can keep that love. You matter of fact, you can fold it up and put it in an envelope and put it in your pocket. Because I don't want it. Because that kind of love to me is not real. I got friends out here that would love me and help me in hard times. But do you think I'll call on a family member? As soon as I call a family member and say, man, I lost everything. I'm homeless. Can I stay with you? Man, them niggas will hang up the phone. Hey, let me call you back. Let me call you back, man. And you never hear nothing from them. But yet, this is family. What happened to the family? The family has got off track. And what is going to take to well, it's not going to take nothing to put on track because at the end of the day, they want to stay on track. They already distant themselves from you. Prime example, like one of my cousins, she got two girls, and she might be on here. Who cares? I reached out to them and said, I want your daughter to come on my podcast because I want her daughter to expand her business because I have over 1 million followers on the podcast. So you never know who might be listening at that day at the podcast that can really bloom her. Do you know I call? She doing other stuff. Okay, no problem. But why should I be surprised when that family member don't even we don't even talk? But I'm just reaching out because you're family. Because when you reach out to family members, man, they act like you bother them. They act like they don't want to be bothered sometimes. You can tell just by the conversation. Hey, what's up, cuz? What's going on? Yeah, I'm all right. How's everything with you? You really know what's going on with me? Then when you spill it to them, okay, my husband calling me or my wife calling me. I gotta go. And then you try to call back, phone keep going to voicemail. What happened to the family? Where is the family? The family is gone. You know, and people get mad with me because I just say what I want out my mouth. Because people don't react until somebody sparks something in them. Like, for example, if you've been hurt by a family member, you're going to remember that. So the best thing for you to is you're going to stay away from them family members that hurt you because you already know what kind of mindset it will put you in. It will put you in an angry mode, and it's going to mess up your day. It's going to steal your joy while they said they're having fun. You sitting up all bound up like you constipated or something. So this is why I say sometimes it's okay to distance yourself from family members because family is not meant for you to be. If I see you at a funeral, hey, and keep it moving. Don't have time for that. I'm trying to do what's right for Ronnie. I'm trying to do what's right by my daughters, and I don't have time for no petty stuff because you didn't grow with me and you feel some kind of way. I don't care how you feel because as adults, you should be able to come together and talk. You should be able to come together and say, look, I have this disagreement with you. Like I had one of my cousins, I had to disagree. And I'll be truthful with you. I didn't like one of my cousins because the way he was taught from his parents. But as we got older, we talked about it. And now, not saying we're the best of cousins, but we on a page where we can understand each other now and we can get along with each other. We can communicate. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes family is not good at all. And sometimes you got to stay away to keep your sanity. It's not that you've been distant or you've been shady. It's just sometimes what's more important? Your sanity or being around a dysfunctional family member? I'm gonna say my sanity and my peace because I need that. Because it's too much that's going on in the world today. It's too much. So I have to find my inner peace within me to make sure that I'm okay to function with all this stuff that's going on around me. I cannot keep allowing family members It used to bother me a long time ago. It used to bother me what family thought, how they gonna receive me, how they gonna do this. When I came home, family members talked about me like a dog. I mean, like a dog. And then when I used to run down there all the time. And I took one of my homeboys down there with me. One of my homeboys got quiet. He didn't say nothing, but he was peeping the scene because I couldn't see it because I was too close up on it. When you're too close up on something, you're going to miss something because that's my family. That's my family. But a person that's not part of your family, they can see the whole arena going on, but you can't see it. So as we're coming back on the highway, my homeboy pull up on me. He said, Ronnie, can I talk to you, man? Can I talk to you? I was like, yeah, man. Come on, man. No, we family. You can talk to me. He said, hey, man, look, I got to talk to you, man, because what I saw with your family, family, your family don't care nothing about you, man. You the butt end of their jokes. They laughing at you. And they say they love you, but they really don't. So at the end of the day, I didn't absorb it at first, but then uh, I started looking at it because he planted seed. But then as I started being around him more and more, I started seeing it. Like, damn, he was right what he said. Your family really don't care about you. If they can talk about each other, what makes you think they're not talking about you? You don't think you're the end of their conversation? But yet they don't see their mess. They don't see their mess, but they can see everybody else's. but but the whole key of it, man, even though you're trying to strive for God, you don't always make God marks. You fail some and you pass some. But one thing I know, the scriptures say, come from under your kinfolks, because kinfolks are the worst ones. Look at Cain and Abel. Prime example right there. That shows you how much family care about you. He killed his own brother. And then God asked him, where's thy brother? And you know he gonna get smart with God too. I'm not my brother's keeper. But God already knew that he killed his brother because his blood was spilling on the earth and his blood was crying out to God. See, this goes to you people that don't read the Bible. Just put a little jewel in there just to have something to think about. But at the same time, you have to understand that family are wicked. Family are the ones that will bite you, and because they close up on you. You don't think of when you with family, you don't think about cutting the grass. But you'll cut the grass with anybody else because you want to see the snakes. But with his family, you don't cut the grass because you already got in your mind family is going to be family. They're not going to bite me until that one incident come up and that family member bites you. And that's when you realize family ain't nothing. Some people ain't going to like what I'm saying. People ain't going to like the way I deliver it. But some people are saying, oh, he ain't pronounced the words right. He can't even talk. But let me tell you something. It don't matter how I say the word. It don't matter how I put it. You still understand what I was saying. You got the logistics of it. The bottom line. So, like I say, I don't have no disgruntled. I'm not beefing with nobody in the family. But some families I do want to tell off. Some family members I stay away from because I know my temper. Because the Bible said be slow to anger. And I'm not gonna get a point to where I'm getting angry and ready to fight or ready to kill anybody. But I know my tongue. My tongue can be vicious. So that's why I have to keep my peace because sometimes family can push you to a point to where there's no return. And you looking like, man, how did I get here? Because you allowed your anger to get the best of you. And now that family member living their life. And that family member is going to press charges against you and make sure you get locked up. So this is why I say, man, investigate your family. I'm telling you, look at your family sideways. You got to question them. When you say you love me, do you know me? Just because we family, do you know me? Do you know who I am? Do you know what I like? What's my dislike? So at the end of the day, I tell anyone, question your family members. Why are you in my life? What's the purpose you're in my life? What are you trying to gain? What are you trying to learn? You're trying to learn to take back to the other family members so you can have a conversation with other family members. Why are you telling me you love me, but yet you keep sticking that knife in my back? Your actions don't line up with what you're saying when you say you love me. That doesn't agree. You're confusing me. I'm thrown off. I'm I'm dysfunctional in the brain when they're telling me you love me, but your actions show something different. So this is why I say I question people when they say they love me. Because anybody can tell you what you want to hear. Now, when you say you truly love somebody, you're gonna every time you see that person, you're gonna have the same energy that you had 5 years ago. Because I'm really happy to see you. I'm really happy that our communication is open. But family is like a king cobra. They slither their tongue out because if you notice how a snake tongue is, it's straight, then it go two ways. That's how family is. They straight, then at the end, they looking for a way to kill you. So this is why I'm saying, love me or hate me. It's just one or the other. Cause you know, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lose no sleep at all. Because I don't care about being a topic, your pillow talk. I don't care about that. I tell you what, hey, I tell you what, if you want to know something, come to me. Hey, hey, come to me. I tell you. I tell you anything you want to know. And you might not like the way I deliver it, but you gonna like it. So this is why I'm telling you, investigate your family members. You'll investigate that boyfriend you with. You'll investigate that girlfriend you with. You better start doing investigation on your family members and see what they're about and see what they're gonna do. See what they're gonna do to you. Because they just might be trying to plot and bite you. So I want to say thank you for allowing me to come in your ear one more time. I just want to say thank you guys.